Hello, students. Welcome to Module 1 in the Contracts course. This week, we will be talking about the elements of a contract. A contract is a set of legally enforceable promises. We see contracts in our daily lives, mortgages, leases, uh, sale purchase agreements, all kind of contracts, employment contracts, contracts for personal services. Athletes have special contracts with the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball contracts. So we're dealing with contracts in our daily lives. So it's very important for paralegals to understand how to deal with contracts and how to deal with clients who have contract disputes when they walk into your office. So that's what we're going to be looking at in this course. The first question we're going to ask in Module 1 is, well, what is a contract? Again, a contract is a promise or a set of promises for which the breach of a contract, the law actually provides a remedy. You can bring a lawsuit for breach of contract. Who are the parties to the contract? The offeror is the person who makes the offer to enter into the contract, and the offeree is the party to whom the offer is made. Within the law, you'll be learning a lot of principles, and one of the easiest way to understand the principles in the law is to understand the definition of the term and the elements that are required to show that term is met. So in order for a contract to be enforced, the law would need to see that there is an offer, an acceptance, and consideration. Offer is an expression of an intent to be contractually bound to specific and definite terms. Acceptance is the promise or act of a party indicating a willingness to be contractually bound by the terms of the offer. Consideration is anything of legal value that's bargained for. So if I was to offer to sell you my laptop computer for $500, and that had specific and definite terms, that would be a legally enforceable offer. And if you accepted that offer according to the terms that I've provided, then you would be contractually bound to fulfill the terms of the offer. So if I offered to sell you my laptop computer for $500 and you accept, and the court finds that there is consideration, which is something of legal value that's bargained for, like $500 or the laptop, consideration might be the subject matter of the contract. If the court finds that those three elements are met, then you have a legally enforceable contract. Contracts do not have to be in writing. Oral contracts are perfectly enforceable. Each party would simply testify as to the terms of the contract. And if you've ever watched court TV or Judge Judy, a lot of times parties are in there arguing about the terms of their agreement. So an oral contract is enforceable. A written contract might be ideal. In the business world, it might be easier to enforce. And as you can see on court TV, sometimes Judge Judy wants to see the emails, the text messages. She wants to see any evidence of a contract to support, to go along with that oral testimony to support the existence of a contract. Because an oral contract, as well as a written contract, they're both legally enforceable in a court of law. So let's talk about an example of what an oral contract might look like. One of the most basic ones, and you may have seen this if there are people in your neighborhood who mow lawns for a living, or sometimes kids will do it during the summertime to make extra money. So if Anne walks up to her next door neighbor's son, Bob, and asks him if he will mow her lawn for $20, Bob doesn't actually say anything. He simply puts gas in the lawnmower, pushes it over to Anne's house, and starts mowing her lawn. Has a contract been formed? Well, yes, it's an oral unilateral contract. And the reason why it's unilateral is there was only one promise. Anne promised to pay Bob $20 if he mowed her lawn. Now, how did he accept? He accepted by performing. That's a unilateral contract. Now, if Bob had said, I promise to come over tomorrow and mow your lawn for $20. That'd be a bilateral contract because two promises were exchanged. So that's something that's very important to know and to understand. So these are the kind of concepts that we'll be covering in Module 1. Let's take a look at some of your assignments for Module 1. So the first thing you need to do is look at your e-text, Contract for Paralegals, and read chapters 1 and 2. Your next assignment is to attend our interactive and dynamic live classroom meeting Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, that's going to be 8 o'clock. If you're like me on the West Coast, that's going to be 5 o'clock. So be sure to attend our live classroom meeting in Microsoft Teams. And then this week you will have a written assignment, complete oral offer, that will be due Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. So hopefully I will see all of you in the live classroom Thursday at 7 p.m. I look forward to meeting you.